What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Today we're jumping back into the kombi and we're going to hopefully tune this thing up. So last episode we got it running and driving on the new engine and it just needs to be tuned. It's just not running properly. The jets are way too lean. So off camera I have jetted it correctly after doing a bit of Googling and also playing with it, and I've got it pretty much running, but I want to start from scratch. So I'm going to go into Dizzy first. I'm going to set the points, get those perfect. Then we'll jump into timing. We want full advance by about 3,000 RPM, which is what I've always done, and that's what I've read from manuals and everything else. That's pretty much bang on for most air-cooled Type 1s. I could be wrong. Tell me if I am down below. We'll start it up. Well, it'll be running because I've got to do timing, but then we'll tune it all up and get it all really nice and hopefully nail it. I've got an air meter, we'll chuck in all the cylinders and match everything, try and get it perfect, and then we'll take it for a drive. So let me chuck the camera up. I've got the kombi just out of the garage so it doesn't gas me out, and then we'll start her up, do all that kind of stuff, and hopefully take it for a drive. So let's go. So we have done the Dizzy, 0.4 millimeters or a stupid 0.016 inches on that. Got it nice. I've now taken it back to top dead center, make sure it's firing on number one, even though I already know it runs, just to make sure. Now we'll warm it up and chuck the timing light on there and just dial it in to 3,000 RPM at the 32-degree mark, and we should be good. So let's start her up. So guys, I realized I need to shut the vacuum off to the Dizzy while I do this, and then I can set it properly, and then we can move on to tuning the carbs. So let's do this. While I do this, I might as well take the air filters and stuff off, so that way I can use the air meter. So let's chuck this on and give it another go. I just had to double check the 30-degree mark on my pulley. I faffed around for a little bit. Best idea, just buy one of the timing wheels. Buy one of the crank pulleys which has the timing marks on there. You want full advanced 30-32 degrees at most, is what I've read, and that's what I've done in the past, and I've always had a nice cool air-cooled engine. So I've just redouble marked that piece because it wasn't quite nice enough. I am now taking those off. I've got the air meter or the synchrometer, whatever it's called, and we'll start this up, time this, and then we'll get onto those. Watch just here. Actually, maybe I can try. I'll give it a go. But doing that little bit of a tune has made this thing come alive. So I did a little bit of driving around beforehand, trying to get it tuned, and now it's night and day difference. After like setting those points which are a little bit off, and then the timing, which as you saw, I just made that mark a little bit nicer, and I think I got it bang on. It's so much better. So we'll go back up here, I'll turn around and we'll do a 0 to 60 and see what we can do. Okay, here we go. Let's let it go. Here we go, guys. Give me a second. Bam! She's quicker, boys. That drives amazing. I don't know how much you can hear from the audio from the camera, I'm sorry. The tripod had a malfunction and I couldn't fix it. I didn't want to go back out and back in as it's already getting dark, so you probably wouldn't have seen anything anyway. So I haven't seen any of the footage yet, so I couldn't even tell you if it is. If it isn't, then I've dubbed over it with some words, but it runs amazing. So good. I'm really pleased with it. It picks up really well. I did in the 0 to 60, it didn't pick up too well. I wasn't giving it everything from the start. I just want to run it in a bit more before I really hammer it. I did give it a little bit on the getting up to speed and then down as well, but it's getting there. I'm really happy with it. I have some new wheels, new tires, and I also have another project happening with it soon. But before that, I have another engine I'm actually putting together. It's another junkyard engine for another car, another van actually. I think it's a 68, maybe it's a 69. Awesome little thing that my friend Dave is putting together. So we're going to put that engine together and hopefully put it in the back of his car and get it driving for the first time in God knows how long. He bought it from a field that had sat for ages. So I'll get more of a backstory on that another time. But that's what's coming up next episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, hit me up. But biggest thing I can say is anybody tuning these kinds of carbs or this kind of engine, start with the tappets. I did the tappets beforehand when it was cold. I didn't film it because there's a heap of videos out there that do a really nice job on showing you how to do the tappets on an air-cooled engine. I then did the dizzy. I did that to 0.4 of a millimeter or 0.16 of an inch, and then I timed it. I did have to make another mark to make it perfect, but I think just spending that little extra time off camera. I think the best option if anyone's doing this and having trouble timing or anything like that, because there's a heap of pulleys out there, some that don't have marks, some that have a little dimple at 0 degrees, some that have two marks like mine and they're not before or an after top dead center. Heaps of random pulleys out there. I think the best one is like a Gene Berg or a CB Performance or something just like a decent quality one. I probably could have even marked that one better when I had it on the engine stand by having it at top dead center and marking 0 and then measuring from there by printing out like a full 360 degree diameter, what do you call it? Circle. And then that way you could mark it there and then you could find 30 degrees or 32, mark that and have it perfectly, or pull the pulley off and do it as well. But I found that you probably need to find top dead center first, mark it square, and then find a 30 degree mark. Or easy way, just buy a nice pulley. It's easy done and it's always there. You don't have to worry about it. Any other questions? Any thoughts? Maybe I could do something better? Let me know down below. And I always read everything. I try to reply to everything, and I really appreciate everything you guys put down there. So I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy yourself, and I'll talk to you soon.